Hindi naman talaga. Kasi si MOBAs talaga, masiyahin talaga, lalo na pag nakabanding mo. Ang pinaka nag-inspire talaga sa akin para mas galingan ko pa is yung family ko talaga. Kasi gustong-gusto ko talaga silang tulungan, especially yung mother ko. Masasabi ko na natutupad ko na yung pangarap ko pa konti-konti. Siguro ang pinaka natutunan ko as a pro player is hindi ka laging tama. Matuto kang tumanggap ng pagkakamali mo and matuto ka rin makinig sa ibang tao. Pag naging totoo ka sa ibang tao, mas nakukuha mo yung trust nila, mas pinagkakatiwalaan ka nila, mas pinaniniwalaan ka nila. Especially as the captain of Onyx PH, para mas makinig sila sa mga decisions ko and sa judgment ko in game. Kung magpapakatotoo ka, mas madaling mabuhay, mas madaling maging masaya. And mahirap kasi magtago sa isang shell. Pakita mo lang sa tao kung ano at mamahalin ka na nila doon.
Let's get this over with. I'm starting to get bored.
Mega kill!
I am only a shadow.
Monster kill! An enemy has been slain!
Name in the holy light.
An enemy has been slain!
Download for free. Mobile Legends Bang Bang.
This godly power.
What is this?
Yuzhong has combined the reverse scale and the primordial spirit. He cannot leave here. The Black Dragon has returned. No one, nothing, can stop me now. Let's take him from the side! Now! Death to all who oppose me. No! So this is what I'm truly capable of. Wake up! Yuzhong! How is this possible? You are getting rusty, brother.
No! How did it end up like this? No!
Welcome to reality, girl. Where the strongest rules them all.
Download for free. Mobile Legends Bang Bang.
In hopes of stopping the Guardian Dragons from fully regaining their strength, Kraken sent his minions to attack the Dragon Sanctuary. The shield protecting the sanctuary was growing weak. Attack after attack, the Guardian Dragons barely had the power to guide the Dragon Warriors. How can a warrior from the Northern Vale enter the sanctuary, and what would await ahead?
Your team destroyed a turret! Mega kill! Double kill! Your team destroyed a turret! Mega kill! Double kill! Triple kill!
Download for free. Mobile Legends Bang Bang. Download for free. Mobile Legends Bang Bang.
Rocks need no protection from the wind.
Download for free. Mobile Legends Bang Bang.
Are you game to be great? Now you can with the new Smart Giga Games 99. Get 1 gig data all day, every day for Mobile Legends and more. Game to be great with Smart Giga Games 99.
The way you live your life depends on the network you choose. Your movies, music, and games can only be as good as your network speed and strength. Slow means
Game over.
but the Philippines' fastest mobile data network means
Game changing.
choose the network that gives you what you truly enjoy. How do you know about this Giga Life?
Simple and smart ako.
When uncertainty is our reality, we rise above with the things that matter. Gigafy happiness. Gigafy love. Gigafy friendship. Gigafy dreams. Gigafy hope. With smart Giga music, video, games, work, and stories, we let our passions run free in the new world we face together. Smart, live Giga.
Realme smartphone. Dare to leap.
Watch me, feel me,
Realme Watch. Time to be smarter. Realme. Dare to leap.
don't pay cash. Para balik bayad ka.
Legit, right? Not quite. Just like your disposable razor. It's time you switch your disposable razor for your legit first shave, so you can be every bit legit. Gillette Mac 3.
For a closer shave, less irritation, switch
to Gillette Mac 3.
Good day and welcome to the Mobile Legends Bang Bang Professional League Philippines. Now on its Season 6, we are your casters. I'm your anchor, Shinpo with the one for an eye with my analyst partner here, Wolfcast, ladies and gentlemen. And of course, we would like to thank we would like to give the biggest shoutouts to our sponsors, our official telco partner, that is Smart. Forge stronger bonds with your team as you heard the battlefield with Smart Giga Games. Enjoy 1 GB games all day for Mobile Legends, Facebook Gaming, and more. Dial *123# and choose Giga Games 99.
MPL Season 6 also wants to thank our official sponsor, Realme. Realme is celebrating their first Realme Fan Fest and hashtag Dare to be Realme campaign. Visit their official page at Realme Philippines to know more.
Of course, our official sponsor, we got Gillette. Get up to 50 diamonds with every purchase of Gillette's Mach 3 Razor, Vector 3 Razor, or Blue 3 Simple Force pack in select Pure Gold doors nationwide. Hashtag Shave the Day with Gillette.
MPL Season 6 also wants to thank our partner in esports, Paymaya. Get 5% balikbayad when you purchase your gaming pins via Paymaya, the better way to pay. The promo runs until September 15, and you can also get free 50 PHP credits from Paymaya when you download and register using their code MLBB. Just upgrade and add money to your account very easily and use the 50 pesos reward to level up your gaming by buying gaming pins through Paymaya.
Of course, we get our partner in esports. Check out MLBB in TikTok Live. Ladies and gentlemen, get amazing skins and, of course, a chance to win goodies from MLBB by checking out their page on TikTok Live. And, of course, our official gaming headset partner, Logitech G. And the MPL Season 6 is powered by Moonton.
Yeah, absolutely. One of the weirdly hyped matches here in MPL Season 6. You might not be familiar of what is happening here in the Philippines if you're not from the Philippines. For the Filipino fans out there, you probably know the story of today, the highlight of today. It's not about the standings. It's not about the previous champions or whatsoever. Throw that away.
Yeah.
This is bad blood.
Pure bad blood, ladies and gentlemen. This Friday, this broadcast, of course, you are watching here in the English broadcast, the MPL Season 6, Week 3. But we also got our Tagalog broadcast being done there by Rob Luna and, of course, Rock Hart. And we are betting that this might be one of the highest viewership broadcasts that we will have just because of the bad blood that is happening right now between these two teams. To give you an idea, especially for our international audience, let's name them. We got Execration versus NXP.
Yeah. NXP solid, a rookie in the scene, but also very known nonetheless. I mean, this is their first season in the MPLPH season, MPLPH, but they are very known in the scene because of they're the streamers, right?
Yes, they are the team under the belt of the face of Mobile Legends in the Philippines, which is Ako Si Doggy.
Yes,
and that's why they're very well known. I mean, this is their third attempt, and they were successful in entering the MPL. But even before that they became an MPL pro team, they're already famous.
Definitely. And of course, Execration, the first face of MPL, Zapno, absolutely very known in the scene as a streamer back then. And obviously, his performance when playing for Ops Gaming from before, now Execration, definitely became the face of the franchise. And what they're doing outside of MPLPH broadcasts, that's one thing that we should be looking at. I mean, it's funny because normally as casters, as analysts, we go for in-game stats.
We go for in-game stats.
But
I actually there is one stat. There is one stat, especially in the team head-to-head, that I usually make fun of. And that is the Facebook support stat. I always make fun of that. I always laugh. I always laugh whenever I see that stat. But I think it's the one it might be the big headline stat that we have right now, because I'm very curious about the Facebook support stat between these two teams, right? Because these are the two biggest fan base right now in the MPL here in the Philippines for MLBB Philippines. I'm actually curious who is winning right now.
Wow, you know what? This might be the closest one. You know, it's weird enough. Nevertheless, we were talking about the fan bases of both teams. Execration for the longest time has been gathering a lot of support as a franchise, and obviously next place solid because of their fan base. They're leading. Fortunately for Execration, they have the upper hand when it comes to their previous performances after only losing once. That is against Aura PH. It seems like Execration found their new flame, aggregating about 7 points total with a 66.7% match rate on top of Group A, while Aura PH trails just a little bit with more games. Next place all this there. which is weird because they're pretty solid in the middle.
Yes, you actually may want to check out the performance here of the two teams. If we're comparing NXP Solid and Execration, in match ratios, they are actually tied at 2-1 in terms of series counts. On aggregated points, there's just one deficit here, and that favors Execration. And that's why it's really hard to gauge these two teams.
Exactly.
All I can say is both are racking up momentums, right?
That's right. Which is important. The loss, both teams have weird losses in the first week.
In the first week, yeah.
And then second week, it was they're the big winners, right? It was Bren, it was NXP, and Execration, the big winners of week number 2.
All 2-0, if I'm not mistaken.
All 2-0s, that's right. And you really would love to see how they are prepared for week number 3 after the debut of the 10-band system. Meanwhile, Group B, I think they also merit our attention now. Bren Esports, another big winner, 2-0s.
Yeah.
3 total match wins. 8 points. That is such a dominant display. Signal Ultra is the opposite end of the spectrum with back-to-back 0-2 losses last week, and it's going to be devastating heading into week number 3.
Especially for these groups. And remember that the back-to-back loss came in from just week number 2, wherein the 10-band system got introduced here for Signal Ultra without a doubt that this is one of the teams that suffered with that big change in our league.
And you know what? BSB has been also going down. 4 losses, but technically speaking, they're getting more points compared to Signal Ultra because they also tie up their series. I think
out of the 4
back-to-back
matches,
0-2s is such devastating for Signal
for
Ultra.
Signal Ultra. Out of the 4 losses of BSB, that's why I keep on putting my cash on BSB, banking on BSB, because their series have been lost at 2-1.
That's right.
At 2-1, and still it cannot be helped that BSB can actually perform well on this league without doubt. The thing here is of their sickness of not closing games, right?
That's right. Absolutely right. Now, to kind of point that out, BSB, they know how to win games. Unfortunately, they don't know how to close games and series. And I think that's very important now. Seeing Execration, that was their problem back then. And they kind of improved on it. And you can see the differences between teams that are winning because they can close out games and series. And that's important for any team.
And they got really strong players, you know. You got Wilson, who's really good on the side lane. You got Anna as well, who I consider as the Cho God. But enough about BSB. We got our match here, you know. Execration and NXP. Let's check out Execration's video.
Kasi siyempre, from the start naman, hindi ko alam magkakaroon ng malaking tournament yung Mobile Legends, magkakaroon ng mga pro players, ganyan. Sinabi ko sa tropa ko, balang araw magkakapangalan ako dito sa MPL na to. Naglaro lang ako, nag-grind, tapos nag-top 1 ako sa buong mundo.
Alam naman natin yung career ng pagiging pro player dito sa Pilipinas. Hindi naman siya ganun ka-secured. Pipiliin mo siguro mag-aral o ituloy yung passion mo sa paglalaro. Kasi alam naman natin yung passion minsan hindi siya nagiging successful. So,
kasi yun, kailangan mo talaga sumagal pag gusto mo ng isang bagay. Kasi di mo mabili mo kukuha eh. Pag nag-coach ka pa rin, para makikita mo kung ano talaga yung problema ng isang team.
That is Execration's, a little bit of story, the growing pains of Execration, so they say, but nevertheless, it's still Etomax, Benecute, Chaknu, Sagito, and Hate with Zabnu in the backlines. The 6-man of the team acting as a coach, he says, but he's actually a 6-man, so he can be activated, he can play, and that's what I hear from the social media.
I mean, like we said before we start our broadcast here, everything is so heated up back in social media, guys. There's actually this running banter between Zapnu and the 6-man here for Execration and the support player for NXP, Chester. That came in way back even in week 1. In week 1 or week 1, week 2.
Maybe
week 1.
It was the first week of MPL PH Season 6 where they are exchanging their trash talks and BMs in the social media.
Yes, if I'm not mistaken, it started when NXP fell 2-0, 0-2 against Blacklist.
That's right.
And actually had a match wherein they won 0-14 and with all bronze performance rating.
That's right. And that was interesting because we didn't think that it was already growing before that. And when you ask the big fans of both both franchises or both organizations, apparently it is a serious business that they're really wanting to win over the other, not only in game but also when it comes to their trash talk. And as
that's not just, those are not just Facebook statuses.
That's
some actually came in the form of blogs.
That's right.
Some actually came in the form of side comments during live streams and even live stream captions. That's why there are a lot of fans watching about how the conflict between these two teams boiled up, and everyone is really anticipating this match.
Yeah, and this is interesting because Zapnu told us that he will be playing. I mean, at least told in social media. But the question is he going to perform well now? And is he plug and play in Execration? Because you know what? Execration has been performing well even without Zapnu.
Even without Zapnu. Might be, I mean, I'm not hating on to Zapnu, but might be better if Zapnu wants this.
Yeah.
If I'm not mistaken. Again, the main reason why Zapnu is like the playing coach or like the six-man coach is because he is supposed to really be the eye outside the game.
Exactly.
That's the role he is fulfilling, and that's the role he wanted for his team. That's why it's very curious because there's a lot of pressure going on around social media for Zapnu to play, and that came from the NXP team, that came from the NXP fans themselves. Right. This is the NXP solid lineup: got Chester, MB, H2, Renegade, Yawi, and Gymnast. Gymnast yet to play for this regular season, but I just want to emphasize, there you go, you got Chester here.
Chester in the front lines.
Yes.
And it came to a point where the tagline or the hashtag here in this matchup, and this is the elephant in the room.
Yes.
It's the one with the broken legs versus the one who breaks legs.
Yes. The one with the it's like
what's the Tagalog term for it?
Of course, the Tagalog term is
Pilay?
Pilay versus Pipilayan. Usually the term Pilay in Tagalog means it's like a handicap. You're like limp. But in gaming terms, when you say Pilay or limp, it's something like you're disabling the team.
Exactly.
You're
disabling.
You're like
you're like
anchor. Yeah, removing the anchor, removing the disabling the leg.
Exactly.
Just so there's no better footing for the team. It's one of it's actually kind of an old banter and BM here in the Philippines.
That's
and
right.
yes, guys. Yes.
It
We
is.
are totally discussing this right
We
now.
are. Yeah, you're hearing this.
Because this is the elephant in the room.
Exactly.
This is the biggest headline of this match, ladies and gentlemen. This is the league. This is the league. This is NXP versus Execration. And the even if we don't say this, the fans already know this, right?
You know that expression, right? The elephant in the room will scare off the guests.
Yes.
And this is exactly what's happening.
Yes.
This is the talk of the town.
Yes.
And we cannot help but to address it. And of course, for the sake of our viewers outside of the Philippines, we need to acclimate you with this. We need to tell you how heated this is and how important this is for both teams and the fans.
Yes, this is more than just points getting earned.
Yeah.
Yes, we may say it may be for pride, it may be for ego, but it doesn't matter. The bottom line here, no matter what is mentioned, what is said, what is posted online, whatever vlogs are put out there, in MLBB, all that matters is you win.
Yeah, exactly.
So
you win the actual match.
What we want to emphasize here, is the value of winning this match.
Exactly.
For these two teams, because it is going to be very crazy. The fans are getting wild. Yes, we might be under the global pandemic right now, but if this was done on an on-site event, I have no idea what venue here in the Philippines can handle that capacity of these
Nobody can hold that, man.
rampaging fans.
Imagine two mobs of fans. Getting at it.
Both are angry.
And you know what? This is weird. This is the only time I realized this. This is Execration coming up from the Obs Gaming fan base. And then you also have the next place solid from the Aether fan base, which is one of the oldest and literally oldest rivalry in terms of fan bases here in the Philippines. That goes way back MPL Season 1.
Season 1, yes.
3 or 4 years ago. Then big franchises with Doggy, Zapnu, and all that jazz.
It's like a saga, man.
It's a saga.
It's like a saga. It's like your favorite anime characters having kids. And they're going to be continuing on their father's legacies. They're going to be the one fighting. I don't want to mention any anime here, but you get the point.
You get the point, right?
Here, right?
Like, Doggy is already one of the elders that goes like that. And then Zapno is still relatively young and
Yes.
still can fight, but he will have to let his kids do the job, do the bidding for him.
Yeah.
Now, which makes me kind of want to talk about
Let's go.
the performance of both teams.
Yeah,
right?
let's get into the matchup. Let's get into the
matchup,
head-to-head. Right.
Now that we have already addressed the outside of
Yes.
the game,
Let's get into the
so
game.
let's get into the actual game. So
Look at that. Same unique heroes pick here.
it's a
Same
lot.
pool almost, right?
Yeah. And one thing that I want to also take note is that I don't really feel that Execration will be better with Zapno in it. Like I said, he might not be plug and play inside the team, and I don't think that's a good sign. If this is a really valued match, and I really feel that Zapno wants to play, he better be plugged. He better be prepared for this.
You better be prepared for this. Yes, it will be very heavy. Not to mention that maybe the rest of NXP. That really depends. There are certain required rotations, especially in competitive play. But there is a lot of chance that NXP might even target Zapno here. But of course, going into the head-to-head, guys, you're going to be seeing the first blood count here between these two teams. I would dare say that if you get a simple look of this stats, it would be more of the blue getting the majority of the space against the red. And that is because of the momentum getting built up for Execration. 2 consecutive wins for them, and actually quite, well-earned wins on the belt of Execration.
Next play, I think that they have this taste of line of whatever their lineup is. They are prepared for this, and wow. Okay, scratch whatever we said. Let's go back to this.
Let's go back to this. Oh my God, a lot of people will be taking a screenshot of this.
No, definitely. So Zapno versus Chester, it's a little bit different when it comes to the playstyle. Obviously, these are the stats of Zapno from season 5 because that's what that was the season that he played in. In fact, it wasn't that impressive because Zapno is already playing in a more utility role for the team, right?
Yes.
And Chester, for the longest time, have been the tank support of the squad.
Not to mention, Execration back in Season 5 was rolling sustained compositions. Right? Sustained compositions. So
right.
more so not really that aggressive compositions for Execration. But my, oh my, it's crazy. We've been seeing the face of these two back in social media. There are some contents out there that fully documents the banters between these two between these two individuals, ladies and gentlemen, because for the most part, this heavy rivalry, this is the boiling point of this is the boiling point of the match. NXP and Execration, it is between these two, Zapno and Chester.
You know what? Whoever watches this coming out from the different fan bases, right? You better just screenshot this, put each guy's statements against each other,
yes.
And that's gonna be one of the best head-to-head matches for sure.
Yes, man. We're like watching wrestling, honestly. If you got a recap between these two teams, if someone can put a voiceover on what they have been saying.
Here's the thing, as unconventional as it may look like in esports, this is already ongoing in traditional sports.
Yes, of course.
They BM each other,
UFC,
they trash talk each other.
UFC or WWE, wrestling, and even in basketball.
That's right. I believe that there's a little bit of a mental battle that happens between players.
Yes.
Between athletes. And it's part of the competitive scene. I
Actually,
think.
even in boxing, you get that boxer face-off, right? Where the weigh-in happens, right?
Yeah, like literally they face off.
Really like an inch from each other, right? They literally face off. So wow, it's actually part of the league. It's actually part of the production to really establish how heated the fight is.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because people love rivalries, right?
No, people love stories, and this is what we live for. I mean, for the longest time, we've only been dealing with Mobile Legends. I mean, it has been 6 seasons already. The sixth season of MPL. And I like that a very solid story really developed.
Yes. But I think we're done with the running stats. No other stats were flashed. So I want to dive onto some.
Okay.
I want to hear your thoughts about player matchups between NXP and Exit.
Okay, so for me personally, even when there's a friction between Chester and
Zapno, there are other matchups to really watch out.
Matchup for me is Hate versus
H2 for you, all right.
And my hashtag here is hashtag channel the hate versus hashtag conserve H2O.
H2. It might be. It would be one consideration there. I actually, when we did our last session, we were asked to teams. We asked to give our predictions. I give my prediction for NXP because I think you're looking forward to that matchup. So that kind of signifies that there might be some sort of even level between hate and H2. But for me, it's not. Mine would be, I think H2 is a bit more consistent compared to hate. I mean, that's my point. That's why I voted for NXP on that part. But if I'm gonna be suggesting another matchup, that will be between Chaknu and Yawi.
Oh, definitely. No, I will agree with you. A very nice
aggressive
segue, man.
Yeah.
This is the next matchup that we need to talk about because they are really the enablers of the team.
Yes.
Hate will not be channeled if Chaknu doesn't pop off.
Yeah.
And that is also true with Yawi in relation to H2O.
Yes.
H2O is a good player, but a good player cannot do much if the tank
if you're not
will not be able to support
Not to mention
him.
your playing core.
That's
your playing core. For me, what makes a good core is actually consistency and explosiveness by the late game.
That's right.
And that's where H2 excels at. But in terms of Chaknu and Yawi, they can be explosive at minute 1.
Oh, definitely. And there's a... It seems like they have switches, right? You snap, and these guys perform well. The question is, how will the draft work around Yawi as well as Chaknu? Because again, 10-man system, not only that, there are limited number of tanks. They also share this Atlas pick. I'm looking at the stats right now, the stats that I've gathered. There it is. And there's a lot of Atlas that I'm seeing right now.
There's a lot of similarity between the pool of Chaknu and Yawi, with a big difference that Chaknu actually rolls and tries to pull off a tank PNK. Yawi doesn't avail that, right? But let's see. Let's see, guys. We got the draft in. It's time. It's time for the fans. It's time to settle this.
Oh, man.
It's time to settle this.
Can you do the Bruce Buffer voice? It's time.
It's time.
I dare you to do that.
We're at the start of the game. Let's try.
Okay.
But here we go.
For next play solid, definitely you want to prioritize the Atlas, the Kufra, and the other tanks like Hilda. So this is weird because both teams are just taking on the sidelines and the supports. Now, I really like the Selena ban. I am a fan of the Farsa ban as well.
Yeah.
The Villier, not so much, but maybe they are this is something that they consider as one of next play solid's standard picks, and it is actually. It is actually
Chester. All right.
One of the big picks now for next play solid.
Yeah, I'm actually curious why the value ban as well. Are they eyeing too much onto Chester? NXP is now targeting the PNK, but that leaves the Atlas open, but Execration prioritizes the hate hero.
Yeah. You wanna go for the Yisun Shin first? It's also one of their solid picks. Now, NXP, I think you're looking to secure the Atlas now as a deny pick against your opponents. Not only will you secure this for your own, you also amplify other of your side laners. I'm looking at Cho, actually. Cho might be a point of consideration for both teams.
Yeah.
This is one of the flex picks.
But I think they're eyeing the Kufra and Atlas here for that part.
Oh, man.
So that's why there is freedom for Execution to prioritize the YSS, because even if they deny the Atlas, give that to Yawi, there's still Kufra for Chaknu.
Yeah. And they also, NXP solid, even before, they go Kufra Ling as one of those 1-2 combos, but obviously Esmeralda is
Kufra
available, so you go double side lanes now.
All right.
NXP already showing their hand, and this is an Execration special, going for the Terizla instantly against NXP. They like the support that you get from it, and by the way, the resistance of a Terizla doesn't rely on shields. That's probably why Renegade... that's probably why Execration opted to go for the Terizla instead.
Yeah.
And Hylos is one of the classic counters to Esmeralda.
Yeah.
It's not as effective now, but I guess in the hands of Execration, they are really wanting to shut down this Esmeralda.
Not to mention, the Terizla picks makes any all-in composition awkward.
Also true.
Right? So the moment that the Esmeralda jumps, there is a very easy counter with a penalty zone on, I think maybe Etamax or Benny Cutie.
And that's probably why...
Zapnu is playing!
Oh, there it is. Zapnu.
Zapnu is playing.
Okay, so this might be the reason why there are a little bit of change-ups when it comes to the picks. This is interesting for me. Going for the backshot for NXP Solid, knowing that Atlas and Kufra both are available. although Baksha makes a lot of sense because it's anti-sustain, it's also good against your marksman.
Yeah.
Baksha is going to be great against the natural revitalized build of the Hylos. It's also great versus the Terizla lifesteal. So at least they're getting in there for the Baksha pick. Now, what I don't feel like is good is that I think that there's a lot of initiating problems for NXP now. I mean, obviously there's a Baksha and Esmeralda, but for me that pales in comparison to something like the Terizla penalty zone as well as the Glorious Pathway.
Yeah, not to mention everyone can still be spotted out easily by the Mountain Shocker.
Oh, that's
right.
also true. That's also
and
true.
Again, entry point is very important from the THAMs, especially on the Esmeralda. If you get spotted on the Esmeralda, everything is awkward for you in landing that Falling Star Moon.
I wonder what is the idea here for NXP Solid and both teams that, in fact, not getting the Khalid in the first round of picks.
Yes.
Even getting the Terizla over it.
Yeah.
Makes me think that they are indeed prepared for this execution. And they're also fielding Zapno this time.
It might be because they're not really following the meta.
Maybe
and they're
so.
really
Maybe
very preparing.
No, that is true.
They're
with
totally preparing against each other.
For the longest time, man, Execration has been playing either on their own meta or on a delayed meta. Like, for example, when they were playing Season 4, they are still known as the team that plays like Season 3 MPL. And when it was MPL Season 5,
they were playing Sustain Heroes.
Right? That's Execration for you.
All right, H2, Harry. All right.
Okay. So this is your carry now for NXP.
Yeah.
It cannot be caught.
Chester Hero is not yet revealed, huh?
Oh. Okay. MPL Season 5 and MPL Season 4, when Zapno plays, there is an Estes with him.
Yes. This is a very old comp.
A very old composition. They are so ballsy. They're playing against a Baksha. And then NXP Solid, they're thinking, oh my goodness, we should have not banned the Khalid. Should have taken it.
Yeah.
What is the other side lane now for NXP?
I think NXP would be choosing Chester Hero. Probably here. The utility support right now.
Okay.
Let's see here.
So it's the
Lowy.
Alright, so this is the classic Tham side lanes and Esmeralda with the Baksha there.
And the Lowy fits really well in trying to catch the Estes.
Wow.
So, and, if you put the Necklace of Durance on Lowy,
it
has a lot of maximum area.
You know what? I really like the Louis last pick for NXP.
Yeah.
Because, again, Execration, they tend to group up. Because this is an Estes lineup. They want to group up always. And you will suffer from that duality vacuum that we're talking about.
Yeah.
I'm also quite how do I say this? Questioning this sustain lineup of Execration in the face of a Baksha. But you kind of feel what Execration, because this is how Execration deals with counters. If there's a counter to their matchup, they double down on their lineup so that the counter feels like it's not gonna be enough.
It's not gonna be enough yet.
Like
yes. Who will you target?
Force.
Right?
It's brute force.
Yes. Like if one tank is countered, they'll add more tank to it. Maybe something like that. It's the logic for Execration. What is your prediction here?
Oh my. Okay. Honestly, this is an NXP game.
You think it's an NXP game?
I
will be honest. I'm just sticking to my prediction because my Saturday meal is at stake.
That's right. Me too.
I
I betted for Execration actually.
All right.
But in this game, unless there's something special that I'm not seeing yet for Execration, I might just say NXP Solid.
NXP,
but look
right?
at this. Lunox.
They're utilizing Zapna actually on the Terizla. And they got him on the front line. My worry here is actually by the by the 4-minute mark when anti-heals already up on support items. Let's see here. The first blood might be in for Zapnu, but the body of the Smith should that be enough. Yep, gonna be secured here by H2 and flicker in done by Renegade 2-0 quickly against EXE.
Oh man, they traded for the purple buff. 2 kills in their name. Terizla support is not as strong when it comes to manning up in level 1, but it does deal a ton of damage against minions and creeps. That's why you felt that Execration really wanted to go for that invade. And you will argue now, is it worth it? And absolutely. And NXP Solid says, no. This is a Harith Esmeralda lineup with the Louis. Any early game head start that you give to us, we're gonna hammer it against you.
It will be taken advantage of. Normally, the value of the buff is higher than a kill.
Yeah.
But 2 kills, not good news. You know why? Because of the Mystic Shop.
That's
right. Again, that really accelerates H2's gold.
That's weird.
We might be expecting the first item to pop off just around 3-4 minutes.
And by the way, when you go for the invade now in the meta, you need to reduce your opponent's HP first before you try to go for the invade so that they will not think about defending it.
Yeah.
That wasn't available. Nevertheless, by 2 minutes in, this is amazing. You get level 4 already on Zapnu with the penalty zone. You can easily initiate. And they're going for a little bit of a power push top or maybe just some pressure. And maybe wait for Etumax as well to get his levels up.
Yep. They got a vision down. Actually, Renegade has an idea that someone is hiding up top.
Yeah.
I actually see Yaoi rolling already. Spotting Heat here and Chaknu.
This is an incredibly greedy lineup from Execration, especially with the way they play. I thought that this was going to be a full funnel.
Look at the flank on Zapnu.
Oh, it's just some
right.
some damage being dealt now. Anyway, I want to go back to what I was saying. Execration going for a very greedy approach in the game. I thought that they would go full funnel Yisanshin on Benecutie, but instead Hate is a little bit. There's a little bit of a mixture when it comes to their distribution of wealth.
Yeah, I'm actually curious who has the majority of wealth here for the side of EXE. Mounting Char gets casted here, and the buff is still secured by the members here of NXP. Zapnu once again might be punished here. Might be the third blood for this game. Focus on Iaknu once again, and that's it, ladies and gentlemen. A quick 2-0 on the same spot here by NXP. So, Lid.
Oh man, I wonder what Execration is seeing there that they did not change their mind. They fully committed that. Well, we do know that with the level 4 available in Yaoi, it's impossible for them to win the fights. Why? Because of the ultimate. And there's a natural counter of the backshot against the sustained strats. That's why I felt that this is a questionable Estes pick coming out from Execration.
Indeed.
It kind of felt like Execration is saying, we're not looking at your heroes. We're building our own draft. And unfortunately, that won't work against this lineup of NXP. At least in the early game.
Yeah.
At least in the early game.
And the thing here is that they are diving way too deep. If you look at the Gillette Instant Replay, they're diving way too deep against an initiate comp.
That's right.
Of NXP. NXP can easily dive on that choke.
Yeah,
right?
So easily. And because of this,
man.
The turtle though,
well,
gonna be secured by Hate.
Yeah, for Execration. Yeah, we will be just getting some damage down for Hate, but I think that's it. That's one turtle again for Execration.
The strength of Execration, though, is that they can really go for the power pushes like this. The jump from the penalty zone, and Yaoi might be in trouble.
Yeah, you did mention that they can go for the power push, and I will be doing so. Artillery minion gets cleared quickly. There's a good distance between the mid minion. Chester is still there, and of course, H2 and MB took the time in getting the kill against BenQ.
Problem now with having this double, not really a double funnel because that won't exist.
Yeah.
But yeah, you sacrifice one core as Zapnu gets a value kill out of MB in their bottom lane.
Very interesting stayed there by MB. They were able to get a kill onto Benecutie. They didn't rotate on the mid. Just stayed there. Maybe wait up for Zapnu to engage. And MB, I mean with the thumbs, just, stand in front of the Terizla. He got the full combo in.
Man.
So there's some mishaps as well on the side of NXP.
The third round of buffs again contested. 3 times the charm for Execution. Not gonna be the case.
They have to walk away. Hate here, soaking up a lot of damage. Of course, gonna have his Order of Brilliance proc, but still, that's gonna be it. I think they're gonna be giving away the Little Wanderer.
Well, a very primal approach from Execution, Shinbu.
Yeah.
That they're going for this two core setup.
Yeah.
Not a funnel. A 2-core setup.
Yeah.
Which from our experience playing as an esports won't work so
yeah,
much.
Yeah, and we were doing this actually, me and Manjin as the 2-core. But the thing here is that if the game drags on really late, like on plateau of strength, it might favor Execration. Okay?
Yeah, no, Shinbu, that really segues into my second point of how primal this is as an approach from Execration. This is a classic, let's just get to the late game and we'll outplay you.
Yeah. I think let's just get into the late game.
Why?
That might be the shining light here for Execration.
You know why I said that, Shinbu? Because there's a lot of wave clear in Execration and they also have this arrival.
Yeah.
And they're doing their best, putting their bodies against turrets so that they can defend.
Yes, all right. But they still can fight this turtle. They're securing turtles here. That gives insurance for Execration to come into the late game. Zapnu catches 3 from the penalty zone, and that's what we are talking about. This is a team that has been explosive since Season 1. Now on Season 6, they're going to be delivering a fix against the face of NXP. 3-4-1.
3-4-1, and that was Execration Execration showing us how it's done.
Oh my god.
Very primal in terms of form and approach. Just outplay your opponents. Wait for that wonderful initiation by your opponents and
a play by Zapnu.
All of a sudden. Saying, I'm not washed out. I'm going to show you how it's done, man.
Yeah, look at that. Old Mobile Legends. Old style Mobile Legends. Very old style Mobile Legends. Bang.
And even the usage of the retribution is wonderful from Hate. And this is the classic approach of winning matches. It won't matter how much lead your opponent has. If you land that big stun, big ticket ultimate, you might win the game.
Yeah, fight as a team, but it doesn't necessarily mean that NXP cannot fight this back. Let us see. Ladies and gentlemen, down for the front line, Betty Cutie will be slain quickly. MB to the front line, gets clapped on by Hate. That's going to be it. The Chaos Darkening activated coming in from Hate. Keeps the distance. There is going to be the brush. Yawi is holding on to that one. And there's the re-engage once again. H2 here. Hate may proc his brilliance. He has it on. Still the first kill. He's trading up. Half health. He was able to get a kill. Still, Hate has the brilliance. Hate has the brilliance. Spinning out. There you go. But the problem is, where is the distance? Renegade dancing around. Yeah. Very weird positioning there by
he could have just backed down,
back out, yeah.
And maybe just sacrifice E to Max. Now they might both die together. And that's going to be a kill.
Oh, yeah. Wow, very willing to fight this Execration squad.
They are fighting again in the terms of NXP. No, very cutie.
Bad blood! Bad blood, ladies and gentlemen. No one's backing out. No one's backing out.
There's no other explanation but bad blood, especially this clash, man. Yeah. This is pure. What is the English term? It's just aggressiveness. It's just friction. It's just tension between two teams. Normally, other teams will just say, okay, just go get your own purple buffs. We're just backed up. By the way, a bad call there from Execration, losing Benny Cutie.
Yeah, losing Benny Cutie. Not to mention, even Hate here, really very willing to trade with H. Can you imagine this guy shouting while playing? But let us see. There's going to be another fight. This is what we are talking about in this matchup. Execration and NXP, nobody's letting up. We are, ladies and gentlemen, already into the mid-game. This is the main event.
The main event, man. And we're on our feet now. Chester, there it is. Hate and Chakno grouping up just to get a kill on that squishy support. And on the other part of the map, however, NXP, solid, they are able to get something. Yeah. There's a lot of wave clear. This puts them a little bit ahead of Execration, but it's not going to be enough.
Look at that. A possible team fight. What is new?
What is new? 8 and 13, 21 combined kills in 9 minutes of game time.
And still just, less than 500 gold lead. Iyakno here with a glorious pathway. Look at the backside. There is going to be Renegade. They're not committing into this fight. Maybe Execration was able to spot out where Renegade can come in. Had it been they committed, that would have been NXP's win.
Yep. Here's the thing. Execration, they do have very good turnaround when it comes to team fights because of the penalty zone, the heals, and the fact that they can layer together with the Mountain Chakra. Renegade with the ultimate trying to run away now, Shinbu.
He did flicker out. That's going to be it. Yawi forces the brilliance away from Hate. This makes it awkward. Chaknu sacrifices himself. Yep. You know why? Zapnu goes for the split up top. Hate gets caught out still, and Etamax knows it. No one can fight this. Push might be completed as well by NXP down for the bot.
And we know that this is the power spike of NXP Solid. This is their timing. Ooh. They can constantly just fight and fight and fight, and evidently now in the mid-game, they have gotten everything they need. This is not a massive lead for NXP Solid, but the fact that the items are present on big cores and that they are fighting to utilize it to get push and to get kills, that's good for NXP Solid.
And as you explained that, actually, Chester not letting up Zapnu there. Yeah. There is his diversion. Yeah. Just to corner Zapnu. Renegade is left here. Falling Star Moon committed against Benny Cutie down for the front line. Chaknu spotting out where the members of NXP may come in. They're focusing now for the purple. Gonna be securing that buff there. And now, not anymore a turtle, but the Lord started on by NXP.
Power, the study, the theory of mid-game versus late-game, knowing that you have a lot of mages on the side of NXP. They flourish in the mid-game when they do get their items. And Benny Cutie hasn't really established his dominance yet in this game.
Yes.
In fact, as a marksman, he doesn't have enough items yet against his opponents. His 6.1k, the Blade of Despair in, and if you compare that to these massive mages from NXP Solid, he cannot win a team fight for sure. With Execution, they'll need to wait for a lot of time.
Yeah.
Will the NXP let them have it, though?
Yeah, you want the late game. You need a lot of time. We did get our fair share of early mid-game team fights, right? But without a doubt, Execration, biggest strength here falls into the late game. They got 2 cores against H2. The problem is, will NXP stop strangling them? They're going to be focusing on the mid, and the inner will be given away by Execration.
How disciplined is Execration on their defense? How strong are they?
Oh
Doesn't
my God.
look that much. Their wave clear requires them to be in front of the minions or the Lord, which might be a problem against NXP Solid in this specific match now.
Yeah, and NXP wants to push forward, get a decent stack here down for the mid, and one fell down. There's gonna be the arrival coming in from Zapno. As you know, she can wave clear the top. The Lord will be falling down. Critical health for Yawi, down for the mid. Renegade is quite quick. There's still 1 artillery, 1 for the melee, and 1 for the mage, and Renegade gets focused on by the member of EXE. Bottom lane is destroyed. There's still 1 artillery in the mid. Second inhib, secured by NXP, and that's it for Zap and P. No more late game here for EXE, because you got the minion waves coming in as the base gets destroyed.
No
And
way.
NXP takes this methodically. That's it. NXP takes game number 1 against Execration.
A little bit of sugar and spice and everything's nice for NXP Solid, because literally what they just did is to punish what Execration is doing.
Look at that.
Use their draft to their advantage, and I'm sure that they're happy with this.
Look at that. Look at the.
You know what's perfect now for NXP? They defeated Execration with Zapno in it.
With Zapno in it, yeah. That's
Man, I really want to go to the chat for both the Filipino and the English coverage, and that will be a treat for me, for sure.
It's crazy. You can actually see how proud.
Yeah.
Like, whenever they're raising their phones,
That's
seeing
right.
the result, showing the result. Because, of course, our players are playing at the comfort of their homes.
That's right.
You know, you can feel. Game 1.
Oh, man. How many times have you hyped it? And you know that it's great because here's the thing. NXP against Execration, it went down the wire when it comes to the team fights, which is weird because it's not much of the method. It's more the madness when this game 1 happened.
Indeed. I'm actually just happy because Manjin bet. This battle is also between me and Manjin. And for our Saturday meal.
If you don't know, guys.
Yeah.
Because we cannot bet on real money.
Yeah.
We betted our lunch.
Our lunch, yes. It's really crazy, ladies and gentlemen. Well, that's still 1-0. Kind of, but feel that Execration has a lot more.
Yeah.
The answer against NXP. That's a very unique lineup, by the way.
It was a risk that they had to take, and it did not bode well for them.
Let's look into Butter's analysis for this.
Number 1, sobrang linis ng pinakitang performance ng dalawang teams. But there are a bit of lapses in terms of decision making na nagawa dito yung side ng Execration. And let's talk about it more in just a bit. Pero ito lang yung masasabi ko doon. Reactive plays actually hurt you more dun sa inaakala mo. Medyo nagkaroon ng reaction dito yung Execration. They really wanted to go for the invade, kaso nagiging problema nila is they can't really fight. And that's where Chester and Yawi actually made a point. Nakikita ko naman dito kung anong gusto talaga gawin ng NXP. They really just wanted to give everything para kay H2O. Execration, ang sabi lang naman nila dito, invade natin yung purple para malimit natin yung pwedeng gawin ng Harriet. And they did just that. And by the way, this certain item na ginawa ni MB dito, the Deadly Blade, ng maagang-maaga, he just went in with this. Ay, not that. Hindi yan. Ito, yan. He went with this item, first item pa lang, even if may back siya na sila kay Yawi. And what they did was, they just shut down yung hero dito na ginagamit ni Eto Max. And Chakno dito, hindi din, sabihin natin, maganda yung performance ni Chakno, pero kasi nag-rely sila sa isa't isa. And kapag may Deadly Blade ng tumama at may ultimate na ni Yawi, o yung passive ni Yawi dito ay nag-play out para sa kanila, lahat ng pagiging, sabihin natin, tanky and sustainability dito ng side ng Execration ay unti-unting nawawala. So, that is about it. Let's see here. Nagkaroon pa ng onting sulat dito, ladies and gentlemen. Ayun natin dito. But right now, let's see yung kanilang mga graphs. This is the post-match data. Rene J. Esmeralda dito doing a very great job just controlling the lanes. Ito yung sinasabi natin na hindi mo kailangan masyadong, what do you call this? Hindi mo kailangan masyadong magpakita ng ideas in terms of what you're gonna do. Ang ginawa lang ni Rene J dito, sumunod lang siya sa agos dito ng ating team. So, ang ginawa niya is he always looked out for the right position. Kung papansinin niyo, every single time na may away na mangyayari, what Rene J does is pumupunta lang siya doon and he gives the idea na lagi akong aalalay kapag kakailangan niyo ako. On the other hand, Benny Cutie, hindi niya nagawa yung kanyang gustong gawin dito. Obviously, he really wanted to get a lot of items, just have the damage to take down people here onto the side of NXP. Kaso doon nagkaroon ng onting problema. He was really shut down and nabigay yung priority kay Hate. So that is a lot of things going on here. Kung napapansin nyo, meron namang idea for both teams dito. Actually, Execration nga, nahawakan naman nila kahit papano yung Turtles. But in a way, yung collapse na nangyari sa kanila dito is very uncharacteristic. You don't really see that from Execration in the other games, but for this game, pakiramdam ko, NXP did their homework and napakita naman nila na, hoy, tama yung ginagawa natin dito, ipagpatuloy lang natin. I do not really expect anything na magbago for the side of NXP, but for Execration, back to the drawing board sila dito. So what is the thing na pinaka-importante dito para sa both sides? Ladies and gentlemen, this is a sustain. Sustain. Teka lang, medyo mabagal ako magsulat eh. Sustain, and that is what really happened through all out the game. Lahat ng sustain na yan is na X dito for both teams. And what really just happened there was, accounted for naman lahat talaga ng heroes na ginagamit dito ng side ng both teams eh. But the problem was, sabihin lang natin, hindi talaga nagkaroon ng pop-off moment dito si Benny Cutie. Yawi, on the other hand, phenomenal performance coming out from this guy. Once again, nakita natin yung kufra niya last week and right now he's doing a great job just giving out etong mga positions na to para sa kanyang team. Chester, kung nakita nyo at this moment on, nakakuha siya ng Necklace of Durance and it really helped the idea pa na kahit paano ay talaga magkakaroon pa ng mas malaking lamang dito yung next play solid. And right now, if you would see this is the time na talagang sabihin na natin, NXP just won that game. So H2O will be our player of the game, MVP of the game rather, and this is really his style. H2O Harith, sobrang komportable niya dito, ladies and gentlemen, and this is not new to us. Lagi natin napapansin to, na kapag nakuha niya yung buff at nabigay sa kanya lahat ng kailangan niya gawin, he just goes for it at hindi siya magdadalawang isip doon. So, looking at it, Star Shard, Holy Crystal, everything that he needs, one death. Ito yung pinaka nagiging bentahe dito ng isang H2O. 7-1-11, ladies and gentlemen. And that's the thing about H2O. That's the thing about good assassins, good carries, is that whenever you have this stat, napakababa ng deaths mo, you are most likely to succeed in the game. And just win the game, all rather. So, right now, we are just gonna go back into, sabihin na natin, ang ating analysis dito for game number 2. The thing I would like to question is, ano nga ba yung things na kailangan ayusin dito ng side ng Execration? Giveaway code is right there, ladies and gentlemen. Pamimigay natin yan. And dahil mabait kayo, meron pang isang ibibigay, which is another giveaway code na nandito kasi meron pong sumaling 20,441 participants sa ating Mythic Glory draw. So that is going to be exciting, ladies and gentlemen. Pakiramdam ko, ibalik na natin to sa ating mga casters. Rob Luna Rockheart, Wolf Shinbu, kamusta kayo dyan?
Thank you so much for the good insights, Butters PH. And yeah, I would agree. It was of the sustain. It was of the counter on the first hand. But I would also agree on your point earlier.
Yeah.
It's a very hard. If they have a sustain comp.
Yes.
But ironically, it's a very hard to sustain comp because it's greedy.
It's incredibly greedy. What we're talking about greedy is that you need the stars to align.
Yeah. To make that work.
To make it work, basically speaking. So there are two layers here. First, that they need to make work is that it is a double core setup.
Yes.
Normally, we say channel the hate for the side of Execration because they always channel and funnel everything onto hate. This time, they had Yisenshin and the Lunox. And from experience, it won't work. Or at least it's not easy to pull off. The second layer that we want to take note here is that they are going for a sustained composition that we know Execration did before.
Yeah.
When they did it in MPL Season 4 and Season 5, they were successful with it because there wasn't any existence of a Baksha yet or a Deadly Blade.
Yeah.
They were totally countered here.
Look at
what I don't like about the way they drafted is that Baksha was already available for the opposing team, and they still picked up the Estes, and that's where the questions now come into place.
Yeah, I also want to emphasize because I kind of but feel that I'm quite good in observing player tendencies. Kind of but feel like if someone is getting wasted on one role or on one hero, and yeah, I mean, YSS is good for a carry, for a core. But I think Benekito would be enabled more on some more proactive heroes, especially for the early games.
Yeah. I think
for the most part, I mean, it's if you are a core, if you're playing like on a core hero like YSS, whenever a fight happens, there are two decisions coming into your mind. Will I farm? Or will I try to convert somewhere else? Or will I join the fight? Most of the time, on Benekito, especially when he is playing Cho, he joins the fight. He makes impactful plays on that one. Sometimes he even initiates, right?
That's right.
And
there came a point where we were talking about Execration. That was last week, and we were saying, "Oh, Benekito is valid for an MVP of the week because of how well he plays around his team, how he participates into team fights."
Yeah, and actually observe the past games. I mean, he has been rolling on more proactive melee heroes here. You got Lancelot as well on the hands of Benekito here. So why not? Why put the YSS here?
And what is this?
Wow.
An overreaction from Execration meant that they will give away the Selena to NXP Solid, the 100% picked and banned hero.
Oh my god.
Nevertheless, Execration, I like that they have solidified their side lanes now.
Yes, with Khalid. The Khalid pick is good. I just cannot but feel that the Selena, not banning the Selena is too much. Trading the Harit for the Selena is too much here.
A Baksha pick once again from NXP Solid. And Chester, they are going to go with a Cho.
Chester will go Super Saiyan here.
Oh, yeah.
Chester is very angry, that.
Yeah, his focus is...
He wants to get he really wants to destroy Zapnu. He really wants to... I mean, my term here is indeed that. Destroy Zapnu, destroy Execration.
Yeah.
And what more enables him with that?
Yeah.
But a Selena, right?
Yeah, you can see it from NXP. This is an Aether special, to say the least. For the longest time, one of the runners of this Selena. Yeah. But obviously, this is one of the better picks in what we know as the running meta. Now, Execration, while it's true that they have secured very good heroes, this is still them showing their hand.
Yeah.
Showing both of your side laners. That might be the best. Oh, Valier pick from Execration. What does his answer so far? Well, it's good against jumpers because it can do the pushback with the searing turret. So that's at least good. It's percent-based. The damage is also good against the tank heroes of NXP. What I don't like, though, is that there's not much execution factor now for Execration.
For Execration. Not to mention the Valier is left vulnerable here. I'm accounting for the next bans for Execration side. And I was looking into a ban towards a Lancelot, a Ling. Well, maybe not the Ling anymore, but a Lancelot. The Renege hero here, Hellcurt. Because that Valier might be an easy target here now for the remaining picks of NXP.
Look at NXP now, Shinbu. We're talking about how important the support, the tank support match would be the Khalid, and I like
exhausting the
Chakno heroes. What is left? Maybe another Hylos? That's not going to bode well for Execration. Is it time for the Grok, however? Is it time for the Grok?
Grok might be good.
Roger.
Oh, you go Roger first, and they last pick the Chakno hero, the Chakno special. So this is Execration all in on the duels. And there's a lot of melee heroes for Execration that they might be punished now for NXP. Looking at possible side laners now for NXP Solid. We were talking about the Carmilla. And NXP Solid is a team that we know
rolls out the Carmilla effectively, quite effectively. And let us see. There you go. We will have the Ling. This might be a nice dent.
Oh, man.
Against the formation of NXP, but it got reinforced quickly by the Gatot Kacha pick. But look at that.
Oh, man. Here they go
Chakno
again.
hero will be
The Khalid.
Khalid.
And what I do like about Execration is that there are no gray areas for this team, man.
Yeah.
If they're all in, they're all in.
They're all in.
If there's no tank, there's literally no tank for Execration.
Right. Man,
they went full sustain previous game, and they said, we don't do balance.
Against the Baksha.
There's no balance in Execration. There's only greed. And well, greed is not there, but double down, triple down, all in for Execration. That's how they do it. They're gambits, man.
Yeah.
They're gonna do. They're gonna go all in.
Yeah, I'm actually accounting for the picks. The Alice pick is good against the Gatot Kacha. Gatot Kacha was good against the Roger. It was shown, right? There is the Ling. The Ling is quite weaker right now because of the heavy hits on him on the recent patch. Right? There's the nerf down onto the Ling, but this is still H2 we are talking about. And yes, even though there is the nerf on the Ling, that's still a core. All the core. I mean, whenever nerfs are done, usually it's a reduction against the explosiveness, not necessarily on the consistency required for a core. And I can't help but feel this is H2 we are talking about. He can still get into the late game monster that he's always done. He has always done.
Yeah.
So
Ling is gonna be a big problem, Shin, but there's no catch.
Yeah. So there you go.
It's a 2-0.
Easy lunchtime for me. Easy bonus lunch for me for tomorrow against Manji.
Everything from NXP solid. Every single hero is good against each matchup. The Gadokacha destroys the melee composition of Execration, and it's gonna destroy the Roger.
Yeah.
The Selena is gonna amplify the objective taking potential as well as the jungle clear of NXP solid. If there's anything that's good for Execration, it's gonna be the side lane push coming out from the Thams as well as the Alice. But when the team fights will happen, and that's gonna happen in the mid game, they're not gonna be favored at all.
Yeah. Oh man, Zapno is actually taking some tower dives here. I'm actually very curious about the running invades. There goes Chakno. H2 secures his own buff. Forces the flicker out on Chakno. He might be able to walk away. Where is any? Are there any flickers? No, none. Coming in from NXP. Pushback done in by Etomax. Chester here with the arrow. He go for the bite. He will.
Oh, they know.
No! I thought Etomax might deliver the trap onto Chakno. Chakno gets spotted here. And there goes Hate. He gets the kill onto Chester. This might be 2 kills done for the main carry of Execration. But H2 re-engage. Those are early kills.
Oh, not
my man for the Ling. Not gonna be very good use here. Yawi backs up. There's gonna be Hate. Goes for the Cyclone Eye. Re-engage. Yawi might be another victim falling against an EXE. Very cutie on attack. Oh! He got the brush down. There's no more auto-attack available here from the Alice, and that's it. That settles 2-1 in favor of NXP.
Okay. So NXP definitely get the upper hand in there, especially because they gave 2 kills to the H2 hero.
Oh my god.
And also, a kill on Hate is good. One thing that maybe Execration can look into that specific clash, because it went too long, at least their cores or their side laners get the farm on the side lanes. However, there is no save for this for Execration. That is definitely a couple of mistakes on their part. And I like that Yawi has survived in there.
Execration is always wild, you know.
They are.
Very, very
wild.
wild.
Hate misses. Oh, this is how you feel that Execration is not in the groove.
Yeah.
Even Hate with that Lycan pounce really puts himself against the wall and not going to be able to get out in there.
Yeah, and look at it here. H2 knows the lead that he has.
Yeah.
The only problem right now for the Ling is the patch.
Yeah.
That's all there is to it. But H2 is feeling confident. He's been jumping around, trying to spot out where Execration will exit from their own jungle.
Yeah.
But that's it. This establishes... the gold lead falls in favor a bit for the side of NXP. But this is... NXP is now on the driver's seat.
For Execration, they need to control the early game because that's the Roger lineup. The moment that they lose their foothold of the game, that's the moment that they also lose.
Yeah,
also,
Roger lineup, man.
This is such a good Ling game that you're feeling it, and H2O feels it. He's diving because he knows that it is a good Ling game. Looking at the heroes that it can burst down, literally everyone. The problem with the Khalid is that the sustain is a little bit fake on the Khalid, so that he needs to ramp it up. It's not solid, tank it up like how Baksha does it or how Kufra or a Grok does it. Khalid needs to pray before he's able to strengthen himself up as they take another one, the bottom lane. Chester and Red J pairing up for a kill on Zapnu.
And stickers are popping out.
Chester and Zapnu, man.
Chester, man, especially onto Zapnu. That's 3-1. Ladies and gentlemen, Chaknu doing what he can. I really feel like, the Chaknu playstyle fits, durable tanks.
You know what? I am tasked, Mr. Shinbu, to make sense of of both teams' lineups.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, I cannot find anything that will save Execration now. I thought that if they do secure the first 2 minutes of the game, they might have a chance.
Yeah.
But they are now far from it. 3-1
Yeah.
with 1,000 gold, more than 1,000 gold for NXP Solid,
Yeah.
and a Ling that's very happy with what he has.
Yes.
This
And
is
we're not
big
even
trouble.
we're not even in the mid game.
Not even.
We're not even in the mid game, Wolf here. So, especially we have a Selena and Ling that flourishes down for the early game. All that is needed is one kill there. But yeah, let us see. There is, of course, an adjustment from Execration. Playing quite safe, but the pressure is really heavy. Down on NXP. Chaknu stays into the mid. Chaknu will fall down. That is for sure. Blade of Tempest gets casted. Of course, makes it awkward for members of Execration to rescue Chaknu.
Yeah. And it's going to be harder and harder now for Execration. I'm looking at a little bit of timing in their part. Maybe when they get the items up, but it seems like it's not going to happen now.
Yeah, that was a good answer there. Coming in from Hate down for the dive of Chester. The turtle is still going to be secured here by H2. It is secured down by the Retribution. You got MB here, becomes a gate. And EXE trades in 3 just so... NXP trades in 3 just so they can secure the turtle.
So that is good for Execration. I like how Hate identified that it is time for him to pounce. NXP Solid, they felt overly confident in there, and I cannot blame them for it.
Yeah.
They know that they are ahead. And unfortunately, NXP Solid, they are trying to hit a lot of birds with just one stone, and that is the turtle and winning the fight.
Yeah, winning the fight,
they can only get one.
One, yeah. And that's the turtle.
Indeed, the turtle. Not a bird.
Didn't win the fight, ladies and gentlemen. But still, the main headline of this lineup is a Ling, look at the damage now being dealt by the Ling. That's around 500 already, a 471 down on the crits. Yeah. And still, like you mentioned earlier, Wolf, no easy catch for the Ling.
H2, this is still his game. It's going to be up to him and how he manages his energy, and that might be the only thing that will set him up for a bad game in this game number 2 that we have. Even the arrows are falling in for Chester, and that's how you know that that you're reining in. And here's the thing, right? Selena is more like you wake up one day, you're a good Selena player. Though you wake up another, it's a bad day for you. And it seems like Chester, it's a good day for Selena.
It's a good day for Chester right now. He will feel very confident. There's a lot of vision.
Yeah.
There's a lot of vision provided by H2, by Yahweh there.
Yeah, exactly.
And without any tanks, every arrow is so rewarding. Every arrow is so rewarding right now. Like whoever receives the arrow there, even the Tams will be punished heavily. They got H2 here dancing around. He got a ledge just so he can pinch points out. And now you got Yaoi secured bagged by Hate. Soul of Lava, lots of damage delivered against the shell of the turtle. MB will be the next victim here by EXE. That is a clear win there by EXE. Nice pick up there.
You see how NXP Solid dealt with it. They said, okay, there are our 2 supports, or at least the supporting crew. It was MB as a core, but we can trade for map control when we lose 2 members, and they know that they only have to last long enough for them to have the upper hand.
Very interesting pathing there by H2. Actually, did forward, went onto the side with the Blade of Tempest. That was a good catch, though, by Rene J.
Yeah.
Onto Zapnu. It seems that the Thams here might not anymore be any factor against NXP. Rene J dancing around. Actually, both 2 teams are dancing around this turtle. Yeah. And no one wants to start.
That's a very important kill coming out from Rene J. Really establishes his pressure onto the side lanes. That's one thing that NXP Solid needs to be doing now is to push the turrets. And I like the fact that they're killing from the side lanes. And they're not really fighting head-on against Execration.
Because this is officially the mid-game.
That's right.
And this is a nice opportunity for Execration. Because the mid-game is starting, lanes are starting to converge. They could take on 4v4 or 5v5 team fights. And it might be a nice turnaround for Execration. But look at that. Because even though the lanes are converging, that means a more field is gained in favor of NXP. Including the field or the so to speak, the river for the turtle here. Easy turtle for H2.
Oh man, real estate management from NXP Solid by pushing against Execration and Chester. Because of the lead that they have, they can play like this, but unfortunately it will be duly punished by Itomax and Chaknu. But that's ultimate.
Oh, Execration is willing to fight that. They have no ultimate. Onto Etomax, they will lose this one. They have no ultimate, by the way, onto Chakno. So, yeah, at least they fall back.
Yeah.
You can actually see NXP trying to bait in for a fight here.
No, that's actually very smart from NXP. I thought that any other player, even us included, will definitely clash against Execration.
Yeah, I guess.
NXP Solid as well as H2O, they said, okay, we don't really need kills at this point. We need to clear the waves and conserve our turrets as much as possible. And that's what they're doing. They aren't letting Execration to push. They're giving away kills on supports, and as long as they are support kills, it's okay for NXP Solid.
Yeah. All right. This is kind of unnecessary here. They're kind of, totally underestimating the damage and pick-up capacity of Ling sitting at level 13 right now with your team. Well, you get hit on the level 13 as well. So but team fights will save Execration. That's all I can see here right now.
Especially now. I guess the term now that Execration need to do is to learn is urgency. Their path to forcing a game number 3 will depend on them ending this game in quite a few minutes from now, snowballing against NXP Solid. Because if they hedge their bets against the Ling in the late game with the Cho as well as the Selena in there, I don't think that it will end well for them. Again, no attacks for the side of Execration. And they also put Oracle on, that's Oracle now on the Khalid. While it is tanky against Magic, it's not going to help him survive against the physical damage output of the Gadokacha, the Cho, as well as the...
Well, the thing here is, I think the Oracle pick is more of not really like a counter item, but like a staple item onto the Khalid, because the Oracle improved regeneration scales really well with the regeneration of the Khalid. But here's one thing. I'm accounting for the inhibitor turret push of NXP. It's not that easy. They have the marksman. They need to have the Ling within the range. I think if Execration, Execration should realize while playing right now that one of the core objectives here would be vision control, starting for the Lord, because Lord would be a heavy win condition for NXP in closing out this game. I really don't think that they can easily push an inhibitor turret without the Lord, because they have no marksman. It's not a Yi Sun-shin. It is a Ling. He needs to go down before he can hit the turret.
That's also true. And if you're looking at the wave clear potential of NXP, that's probably their weakest point. There's not much wave clear on their part.
Yes.
In fact, they will need to commit heavily on the lanes themselves. And that might be something of an opening for NXP Solid. Maybe if they realize, okay, Execration cannot defend... Execration can win if NXP Solid is always in front of the Lords of your... And that might be the opening for Execration if they do want to force game number 3. I'm still sticking to what I'm noticing on the game. It's still very crucial for Execration to win in the next coming minutes. And maybe their deadline, their absolute deadline, is the first Lord.
Is the first Lord. Yeah, we get it here. First Lord will come in at 5-second timer. Ladies and gentlemen, 8-7. With a 1K gold lead, honestly, in NXP Solid. I kind of feel that NXP is being too careful right now. They're being reactive against Execration. Maybe really wanting to get that layered team fight that will ultimately result to the biggest win of this match. Because so far, they're not as aggressive as they are back in the laning phase. All right.
They're forcing the second skill of Chakno, but Chakno is going to be smart about it. Just to hide his teammates. It's the arrow on the Roger, though. Are they going to fight this, Shinbu?
Oh, look at that. Even arrow on the Roger.
Yeah.
I'm still not going to be committing it. Probably they need the traps onto the Roger. They need the maximum damage onto Chester. I did saw the arrow, no traps on that part.
Yeah,
right?
so it doesn't hurt that much.
Yeah.
But they will settle for the low-hanging fruit, which is Zapnu. And definitely going to be able to kill him down.
That's the problem now. Side lane foundation is a bit weak right now for Execration here. Heavy pickups being done by Renegade and H2. And these are very, very fast heroes. You know, H.O. and Ling.
Can see now that the priority for NXP Solid is just to make sure that they are maintaining the game. It's not about winning.
They are.
At the point. It's all about maintaining, because they know that maintaining pressure is their key to victory.
Yeah, they are. What they want is to reset the top lane side. There's pressure onto the top lane side. They will try to observe how Execration will expand down for the mid lane, and they can start the Lord. That hurts, ladies and gentlemen. Let's see here. Yaoi under the turret. Big mistake there. That is a big mistake. Nice jump by Hate. But of course, NXP didn't avail. MB here onto the side. Maybe he can catch someone. There's going to be the arrow onto Etomax. Hate once again into the front line. MB showed himself. And now Hate is targeting Chester. Hate falls back. Benecutie onto the side. Renny J.
Oh, he's just...
Everyone is just careful.
Yeah, it's weird from NXP that they are either incredibly safe or incredibly aggressive.
Yeah.
That's exactly what happened in Yahweh. It's a flip of the switch. I guess he's like a raging bull against a red cape. And he saw it.
Right?
Okay, I want to kill the Chak guy. And the Kali just regen up, and we were kind of talking about the Oracle, and that's Oracle for you. That's why we pick up the Oracle, the tank Khalid.
Yeah. On the idea of Oracle
Dominance
mixes well on the concept of desert, right? In terms of like fictional lore. Right?
Yeah, maybe.
Well, we'll see. Right now, we get the Enhanced Lord on.
Yeah.
Side lane pressure established by Execration. Not so much. Is this Zapnu again? Round 2 onto Zapnu. He did cast the counter in Farna quite a bit late. H2, Blade of Tempest is gone. Hate may chase this one, but he gets greeted by Renegade in kill range. That's gonna be Yawi committing a kill against H2, who secured there by Etomax, ladies and gentlemen. Get MP onto the side. Benny Cutie dealing up with Yawi, soaking up a lot of damage with the Tortoise percentage still up. Chaknu has a lot of regeneration to actually sustain that, and I think they will fall back. Yeah.
Okay, what a nice snag on H2O. It's H2O baiting and then Execution counter baiting, but look at the damage from Renegade. He's saying,
man,
it's my time now.
Everyone is setting up death brushes.
Oh, yeah. It's all about the death brush.
It's all about the death brushes. We have a very... I mean, I would still believe, in terms of composition, this is NXP.
Yeah.
You know, they have a very, very stable composition. But the way they play here right now, it's weird. Trying to bait out skills.
Yeah.
Right? Trying to bait out skills.
It seems like at some point they know the strength of their lineup, but sometimes they don't, and they just run over Execration. And now Execration wants to punish them for it.
I just realized it might be Benecutie. The key to victory here for the members of Execration is putting up a lot of pressure here. No ultimate onto Benecutie, but still not going to be the target there. NJ chasing down Hate. Hate will be gone. Went for the final pounce. It is going to be H2 also saying goodbye. Benecutie is gone. There's going to be Chaknu. Etomax joins the fight. Zapnu is still alive. Renegade walks away. Did receive the first kill from Etomax, but it's still not going to be enough to get a kill onto him. That's Benecutie re-engaging. And look at that. This is the Alice I'm talking about. Might be the ray of hope here for Execration. He went for his own stick as he walks away. Etomax also actually not giving way for this minion wave on the mid.
And all of that jazz, it only went down to 2 kills apiece. Well, Renegade, however, very nice positioning. I like that he did not commit his Way of the Dragon on the Roger and waited for the kill onto the Chaknu afterwards. And that's amazing control of this Cho. You would really love to see NXP Solid take over with H2O on the driver's seat. However, he's getting punished as well from Execration. It's going to be difficult for him, honestly.
I'm starting to get a feel or a vibe that we have this game is... I mean, NXP is a very stable comp, right? We keep on saying that. And Zamnu is still falling on this Thams. But this might be anybody's game. Just the way the team fights turn out, right?
Yeah.
I get Chaknu here. Will he regenerate? He will be able to regenerate. Ladies and gentlemen, must be able to walk away. Lots of spells thrown here by NXP. Yawi's melted. No one is able to deal up with Benecutie. And look at Benecutie, how he counters Renegade after the first kill. This opens up a lot of space for Hate trading with H2. It's not HT. It's still H2 getting the kill here. Now focus on to Zapnu. Benecutie dancing around with Renegade, getting the attention of Execration. And Etomax receives the kit. Very beautiful save there from the Way of the Dragon. Just so he can make the kill when it matters. Takes 2 in exchange for 1. Now they're going to be securing the Luminous Lord on the side of NXP.
Or will they? Shinbo Execration wants to fight this in classic Execration fashion. They will fight. Fight and fight and fight. Contest until you die. That's Execration, man.
Yeah, that's Execration. I mean, I really believe they won't easily give out this Lord. They got Chaknu dancing around. Ultimate is still available. Raging Sandstorm from Execration. Arrow will miss its mark. That's going to be Benecutie. He won't be swapping out. Countered though by MB Stomp. It won't be as the security here sides from the sides for NXP.
And Thams This is Zapno identifying we will not be able to get that Lord anyway, so I'll just push in the middle, in the bottom lane. And in the middle is a little bit pushed already for Execration. That was a trade-off of a turret for the Lord, for the Luminous Lord. And this is not the best for Execration. Dangerous, right?
Yeah, very dangerous. Look at the side lanes here pushing.
Exactly.
And I characterize Execration as a team who really crumbles under a Lord. Was very close. Etamax burns his flicker.
It's really, really close now.
Look at Renegade.
And Renegade is also trying to play
God.
aggressive at this moment. He knows that he can eliminate anyone at this point.
Yeah.
He has high and dry. And even Zapno might be taken out by Renegade.
Oh my God.
And I guess at this point, you need Queen's Wings massively on Execration.
Yeah. And at this point, NXP might start to trade in Malefic Roars.
Okay.
But let us see. They're going to be clearing this Lord easily. Zapno stays there. Gets poked down by H2. H2 on 3/4 health. Nice defense there by Execration. Fully completed on that part.
Yeah, so here's the thing with NXP Solid. They don't have the best sieging.
Yes, we mentioned earlier, right?
We were mentioning this.
Yes.
And you kind of need more. And Execration, they can depend on that. As long as they are not getting wiped out completely by NXP, they're okay.
Honestly, they could have utilized the Lord with the Avatar of Guardian. I'm very curious why they didn't use that, right?
They're waiting for items, I think.
Probably, yeah.
And they know that they have the superior late game. And
well, this is still good. This is still some breathing room for Execration.
Yeah.
But I really feel that NXP can get an inhibitor at least, especially with the kit that they have, just using the Avatar of Guardian. Because if they get the Link to come in first, it won't be a nice news here for NXP. Execration here, willing to trade. Chakno stays into the front line. Will have to fall back. Has his immortality on. Full regeneration. Benecuting once again. Goes for the back line. Tags in Chester. Chester onto the side. There's the brush. Misses the arrow. Ladies and gentlemen, and I think that would be it. Both teams may start to break out. Chakno still stays in the front line. Renegade. They're trying to guess where Renegade is. That's going to be it. He will be showing himself. Gets the job. Down onto Hate. That's under turret. Dive followed up by H2. Still Renegade fails the mission. Now they want to target H2. Like and Punch completed. Whereas Benecuting zones at the rest of the members here of NXP. They're going to chase down. There's going to be the stun onto MB. And now Yawi for the side. They have no firepower really to melt these tanks, but it doesn't matter. That's a win there. That's a clear win there by Execration in the mid.
And NXP Solid, they really badly want to layer their skills like a cake, but instead they went in very bad spots. And H2 was still alive. This could be... They could defend this.
Yeah. They could defend this. That's under turret. But it's Chakno getting the turret hit. And look at Execration. They're willing to take the turret. They really want to close this. And of course, you get H2 as well. Bad blood again, ladies and gentlemen.
And H2 showing us.
They want to finish the inhibitor turret without any minion. That's how much they want to get an advantage.
That's how bad the blood is. Yeah. That's how thick this bad blood is, man. They are willing to really dive in. Here's what I was going to talk about. They want to layer it like a cake, but instead, they got a Venn diagram of skills that did not hit together in good synchronization, and you kind of feel what they're doing. There's the Way of the Dragon to isolate the core, and then the Avatar of the Guardian that they want to go for the backlash just to stop them from supporting the core. It's very smart from NXP. Unfortunately, it wasn't perfect when it comes to execution.
Oh my God.
And Execration duly punished them for it.
Yeah, and we are clearly into the late game. You know, items to plateau, 20-minute mark for this running game. Inhibitor turret might be easily pushed. There is the artillery minion. But what Chester is doing is actually making sure that there is an arrow consistently hitting in the mid. And Renegade is, classic always with this rotation. Whenever someone is pushing under their base, just hovering out to the side.
However,
was able to connection to Zapno. Zapno here is dead.
Zapno is very close to dying at this point. Sustaining. And Renegade says, your time is up. My time is now.
Yeah, they're focusing on to Yawi. That is the main tank. Arrow down onto Hate.
No!
Okay. Once onto the wolf form, exchange that. A gate is formed. Immortality still on. Pops onto Etomax. MB staying there. Chaknu also. Benecutie is not here. And I think that's it. NXP reads on. Benecutie is the win condition for the side of Execration. And Renegade got the attention of that. That's it. That's the rest of the members of Execration getting plapped out by NXP one by one. What will happen here is a push in the mid. But still, Etomax still alive. Benecutie joins the party. He is the ray of hope for Execration here. Chase on to Chester. Benecutie is forever.
Benecutie is forever, man.
Man, is not. No. I think there's no one who can really kill Benecutie anymore.
Oh dear, I thought that was a good play already for NXP Solid, but Execration on the back of Benecutie, the player that we're hyping out earlier, hyping up earlier.
Look at Benecutie.
And Benecutie, the third straight kill with the sticker on.
Oh, Alice, man.
Alice is here to stay.
Yeah, Alice is here to stay. That might be it. That might be it for this game. I mean, I'm not saying Execration will surely win, but this is the biggest lesson on the lineup of Execration.
Yeah. Now, big wave of minions onto the bottom means that they will be able to push. Now, in the middle part of the map, we can see that the Roger's already working on the Lord very slowly.
And here's the thing. Between the two cores, Roger is more durable than the Ling.
When it comes to just the raw survivability of both heroes. And I like the timing of how Execration won that.
Yawi, they have an idea. NXP, Lord.
I was literally going to commend him for what he is doing, and he was magnetized to the arrow.
But ladies and gentlemen, Selena, as we describe her, is really good at guessing. Hope we can guess. That's in Tagalog, sana makahula. And that's what happens here. Ladies and gentlemen, members of Execration, they're falling out of their own formation. They get hit here, focusing on the Chester. Of course, do not expect.
Hate says, okay, he doesn't have energy, maybe I can fight now. But this time, it's not the best decision. Nice dodge, however, but he will not survive against 3 members of NXP Solid. Get back to where you came from, Hate.
This is why I keep on saying, it's so hard to become an Execration fan. They always fight this.
It's always heartbreak after heartbreak.
They always fight these very close games. And someone get caught up to position. And those are great games, really. And you know what happens here? NXP Solid, they know they have a window. Benecutie has a 30. Second timer here. And Benecutie is doing a lot for Execration right now.
Man, I came from the future. The future says...
Oh no, hate is on the timer.
90% of Execration fans have developed carjack problems in the future, just of how Execration toys with their emotions.
Yeah. I mean, when you think there is a setup for the comeback, one member gets picked up on a side lane. So easy. Very, very easy.
It's never scientific when you're looking at Execration. It's always just emotions.
Yes. All right, let's see here. Renegade is not as durable, receiving a lot of damage here from Benecutie and Edomax. There's going to be the full fight all in onto the Lord. Ladies and gentlemen, let us see. Avarao Kaiser will be the one who will slay on the Lord. That's a big slam dunk. There for the side of NXP, I'm losing bread here. Onto the side again, H2 focusing. Side lane is pushing. You got Chester falling back. This is Execration's win. But that might be enough minion wave to get the kill down for the ball. There is the push completed, and now H2's delaying everyone.
Waiting on the members out, picking up a blade and executing it. E2 Max in there. Even with E2 Max playing such a good Valier play, always readying up the searing turret against H2O. H2O still manages to win that strength. And many times in this game, from the 20-minute mark until the 20